5 seconds.
Good morning, Bravehearts. Happy Friday, and I do mean the happiest Friday of your life. And do you know how you're going to do that? Well, let me first tell you what today's one-a-day is, okay? I need you to get this, every disease has a personality. Every disease has a personality. And guess what? There are no diseases, because you think a disease is something onto itself. A disease is the combination of all the beliefs, the prominent dominant beliefs that you store in your subconscious. That's right, you're not even conscious about this thing. You're not even conscious about your healing. You're not conscious about your disease. We're not conscious about anything, because guess what? I've told you this over and over again. The subconscious is 90% of the brain, and don't tell me that God created that, because guess what? It was manipulated in a laboratory. Why would you need to have a storage shed for your beliefs that would be so big and so powerful in 90% of the brain, and the conscious part only being 10%? Because guess what? We are slaves. We are slaves living on a slave planet. But I know, but it's beautiful, because that's the illusion. Oh my God, the birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the rivers, the mountains, the valleys, okay? The ocean. Oh my God, there's so much beauty here. But understand something. Every disease is created by a personality. And every personality, okay, has its own reality. And that reality is shaped by your prominent dominant beliefs, whether it's Lyme's disease or cancer or sinusitis or migraine headaches or depression. I could prove all of this. And you know what? I'm going to do a whole show that's going to be based on this, okay? And I'm going to do that next week. All right? If I've got time, I'm going to squeeze it in. But here's the reality. Every disease has a personality. But guess what? Not every personality has a disease. I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can say, Dr. Wolf, you're too damn cocky for your own good. And I'll tell you something. I've only started to get cocky, because the reality is this, it's called confidence. It's called faith in myself and nothing else. And that faith is created by the source that created the whole universe. I know I'm tapping into that. But here's the deal. I don't have any symptoms, negative symptoms. I don't have any diseases. My father died of leukemia, okay, and also melanoma. My mother, she died of lung cancer and tongue cancer. And guess what? I've been in psychology for over a quarter of a century, and I can tell you right now, I can see somebody walk through the door, and their personality creates their reality, and I can tell you the symptoms they have and the conditions they have, because the condition one is in is more important than the condition they have. But you go ahead and you go to all of these medical doctors, and you go to all of these natural health practitioners throughout the world, and they're going to focus on the physical, because guess what? They're mental, okay? They're mentally programmed. That's right. They're mentally, we all have been mentally programmed to focus on the physical. And the reality is, you'll never hear that I ever have a chronic disease, I'm dying of a disease, or Dr. Wolf couldn't come into work today, Dr. Wolf couldn't play today. And understand something, I will be able to do that, because guess what? There is one master key frequency on this planet, and it's right behind you. What is it? One law, one love, unconditional self-love. And understand something, when you start trying to love yourself, you will be going to war with your subconscious, which is 90% of your brain. And guess what? You will not win. The first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time, the seventh time, you'll get exhausted, and then you'll just follow the herd to the butcher, and you'll be sold off by the pound. And that's exactly what's going on right now. You know, I don't do what I do to look good for you. I do what I do because I understand that the first thing that I am is a spirit being. And I do things for me. Like today I was talking to someone I really trust and care for, and said, well, you know, that might not be a good decision to do that, and because of this, this, and this. And I said, no, I make all my decisions based on my growth, my spirit growth, not being spiritual, but my spirit growth. Everything is, all my decisions are made on my spirit growth. I said, I don't need anybody's approval to be me anymore. I said, I'm an authentic person. And the reality is hardly anybody is going to not need approval of anyone. Hardly anyone is not going to take things personal, because that's what we do. We take everything personal and we need approval. And the reality is this. The reality is your disease is based on your personality, but it's not your personality, because, as I've told you a million times, and you can go, well, there he goes again, saying the same thing over again. Well, that's because I have to repeat it long enough and strong enough so that it becomes a prominent, dominant thought that overrides the one that you're worthless, the one that you don't matter, the one that you are not amazing because you are, the one that overrides the I am in you, and you are everything, and you need to become everything to yourself or you'll be nothing to anyone else. And understand something. So I was on the phone this morning with somebody, and she's talking about her sister who has Lyme's disease, and I said, yeah, but understand this, and I mean no offense, but almost everybody I ever met, if you take a look at their personality, at their emotional intelligence, you'll find out that they come from a victim point of view. So we talked about her sister for a while, and she said, that's not true. Then we talked about her sister, and at the end of the conversation, which only took us about 10 minutes, she said, you're right. So understand something. Every disease you have is based on your personality, and you don't even know what your personality is, because you are your personality on a subconscious level. Because understand something. You do, and you think, and you drink, and you eat, depending on your beliefs. And seeing that a human being can only be 2% to 5% in the conscious moment per day, we know that we're never going to find the Braveheart way unless we are going to really get into it and make it a practice. So you're looking for a master frequency. That master frequency is unconditional love for oneself. But good luck. Good luck trying to forgive yourself from everything that everybody told you were guilty for. And understand something. My life was spent on making everybody else guilty for not delivering the love that I should have got, because I went to work and I worked hard and I had a family and I suffered for them. And understand, don't tell me this, that there's learning and suffering. Well, why are we repeating the same thing over and over again in history? Because our brain was manipulated so that whatever prominent, dominant thought is, even if it's one that's killing me and you and everybody else, for God's sakes, I got to tell you something, and I mean this in the nicest way. What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to join the armed forces and go kill people that I don't even know. Oh, wow. I'm going to join the government and help to fight politics. Oh, really? That's so cool. Oh, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to become a medical doctor and dispense drugs, and I'm going to do chemo and radiation, and I'm going to scare the living crap out of everyone and tell them that the body can't heal and diet has nothing to do with it, and that we're made out of detoxification organs so we don't have to detoxify, and I'm just going to be a moron. And I'm going to create moronic thoughts for everyone so that nobody thinks. Now, the world's never going to change. You have a choice to change. You know, I'm never going to change on how I feel about living on this planet. I may stop coming on and stop doing shows. I may stop maybe being a health practitioner, but I am not going to stop being a Braveheart. I am not going to stop ever standing up for myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. And I will not go out of my way to hurt people. But I will go out of my way to protect myself and those that I love and the things that I believe in, which is unconditional love, which is always, creating masterpieces and never having any dysfunctional beliefs that believe that I'm limited by anything. I have unlimited potential, and that's who I am. And understand something right now. You could actually change your personality to change your reality to actually kill any type of virus, or even though viruses aren't alive, so let's get that perfectly clear. Or change a bad bacteria into a good bacteria, or get rid of a worm that's in your body eating you, or get rid of decomposing tissue, because that's all issues are in your body. Every issue in your tissue is a dysfunctional belief system caused by your personality that is rotting you out. You're rotten to the core. People poop in their pelvis because guess what? They hide their SHIT where? Their emotional SHIT. They hide it in where nobody will look, in the manure pile, the large intestine, which is also your immune system. People are just so messed up. I mean, good luck me even talking to a medical doctor and even trying to get some common sense. That would be 1 out of 10,000 because there is no common sense. Good luck when I talk to natural health practitioners that don't even know that they're playing Inky Dinky Schnitzel House until you go in to a person's personality and help them understand that they are not their personality. Because the only time you're a personality is when you're vibrating higher than anything, when you are the light of your own world and when you have no negative symptoms in your body. Right now, if I stop right now, I feel a bit of heat here because I've been really working hard. I have no pain in my body. Okay, I have a little stiffness in my neck because of yesterday I did a lot of video shooting. But the reality is this weekend I need to find balance again. Go do more swimming and biking and more meditating and contemplating and just being grateful for everything that I've been given. How can you be grateful for everything that you've been given when you're not your personality? You won't be. You won't be. How can you be grateful for everything that you've been given, okay, when you are not reciprocated? Okay, you put out so much energy. I suffer so much for my family, and what am I getting out of this? Well, you're getting what you deserve. You got sucker punched, and you're always going to come up short because nobody's going to be able to love you enough, love you strong enough and long enough to make you feel special. That's your job. It's always been your job. One law, one love, unconditional love for yourself, and that's the only way you're going to heal. Oh, you might heal by suppressing that dis-ease, which means you're not at ease, which means you're out of alignment, which means there's dysfunctional beliefs like the rest of us have. You know, I'll probably work on my whole life. You know, thank God that I do a whole life coach certification like every 6 weeks, okay? Because it's the most powerful emotional nutritional training I believe in the world, and I give it. Now, what do you think I'm giving to myself every time I do that course? Now, the reality is when people come, they have to understand that every time I do that course, I'm changing. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting more powerful, but only in the way of loving myself, caring for myself, and knowing that the God that everybody believes in doesn't exist. That the God that really exists is the God that created the universe and is minding his own business, her own business, their own business, and saying, I've given you everything you need and everything that you should ever want, and it's all inside of you, but you have to go in and you have to start doing gardening. You've got to pull out those prominent, dominant, dysfunctional, toxic beliefs that are allowing the psycho-elite to drain your battery, and they're living off of you. So Monsters, Inc. was not a cartoon. Monsters, Inc. was not a movie. It's real life. And guess what? You hurt yourself, you hurt others, and then guess what? That suffering feeds an evil entity that is allowed to live in this universe because that's the game. Okay? You can believe in the whole Bible story or whatever book you want to. But I believe that there's only one thing I need to do, and that's own the present moment and know that that which created the universe has never judged me, never will judge me, thank you very much. Please, 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 please. So that which created the universe is judging me. But meanwhile, all of these psycho-elite and the evil entity behind it are not being judged by that. Well, because nobody's being judged, this is the game. This is a universal game. You're either going to wake up to unconditional love, which is the highest vibration that will get rid of any dis-ease in your life, or you get to suffer this lifetime, and I don't know what happens, but maybe you come back, maybe you don't, but guess what? You don't get to move up to the next level. If you can't move up to the next level today, my God, if you just changed 1% today, and you did that every day, you would have a complete change in your personality and your reality, and you wouldn't have the disease that you're fighting with today on a physical or emotional level. And that's the bottom line. And I would like all these specialists, okay, all these so-called specialists out there To have one person call me up, 855-900-4544, extension 5, and challenge me on everything I've said, it's not going to happen. And if it did, it wouldn't take long because logic rules. But guess what? There is no logic. We've been ruled, fooled, and schooled from the minute our spirit enters this planet. And that's the game. It's never going to change. No one's coming to save you. You can save yourself. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to go in and take that landmine and get rid of those silent bombs that are killing you, that are beliefs that have been shoved into you, force-fed. Okay, just like you're being force-fed by your family, your friends, society. I trust no one, but I need to love all people. People are not their beliefs. So for me to hate someone would be causing a dis-ease in myself. I don't have to like their beliefs, okay? Because people are not bad, but beliefs are bad. Everybody's here, but not everybody understands the game. And that's the deal. So here's the deal. Every disease has a personality. And that's going to stay your reality until you understand. The cure is unconditional love. Investing time, energy, and money into yourself and learning what life is really about. Think about all the money that you spend. Brand new cars, bigger house, new furniture. Why don't you take a holiday that's going to change your life forever? Why don't you do that? If you don't want to come to my course, the Whole Life Coach certification, if you were to come to that for 9 days, your life would change forever. And it would, and I guarantee it. That's if you were willing to go all the way with unconditional love. I'm not telling you that everybody comes to take my course is ready for it. I'm not telling you that everybody that takes my course will keep moving forward. I will tell you that about 20 to 25% of the people that take my course, they have such strong beliefs, okay? Shame, guilt, and they cannot let go of the dishonoring beliefs that have been put into them, which is a real shame. But maybe they'll get it the next time around. So how deep does the root go, okay, of root rot right into your brain? Seriously, never forget that every disease has a personality. Change the personality, you change the reality. Have a beautiful day, Braveheart, and thanks for joining me. God bless.